All right, guys. Today we're gonna be reacting to Candace Owens and Don Lemon discussing gay marriage. La champagne.
It's a sin.
You think it's a
Oh,
sin? But what do you think about same-sex marriage?
It's a sin.
You think it's a sin. So you think
It
I'm
is a sin.
sinful.
What's that?
You think I'm sinful because I'm married to a man.
Yeah.
You do.
damn.
Yes, you're sinning. You are in a sinful relationship.
Wow.
I actually don't believe marriage can be between two men. So I don't
But
believe
you
that you're in
understand,
marriage.
though,
He's
Candace.
not used to that. He's not used to that boldness like that. He's not used to it. I think that's probably the first time ever in his life that somebody has told him in his face that what he's doing is sinful.
So maybe we're not going to agree on this now. I thought we would. Do you understand, though, that the same Bible verses and the same scriptures that are used to call same sex marriage sinful are used to call interracial marriage sinful as well? And so there are people who would say that you are in a sinful marriage.
Can you tell me which verse it is that would make people say?
The thing is that it's actually not there, and that people twist the Bible verses. That's my whole
Oh,
point
so
for
it's
thinking.
not there. It's not there, but somehow it's just attributed to Christianity. Okay, so it's not that Christianity says so. It's just that it's not there, but somehow it's there.
For proving that, because it doesn't say
Oh,
that, and it's actually, you're going to say
what?
Leviticus or whatever. It's not actually what Leviticus says, but go on. I don't want to get into specifics about the Bible, but that's not what the Bible says. It's just people using and interpreting scripture in a way that they want to interpret it. So I look, you can believe whatever you want to believe. I don't believe that I'm in a sinful marriage, but there are people who believe, Candace Owens, that you are in a sinful marriage because you are in an interracial marriage. And I say that as someone who is in an interracial marriage, so I am doubly sinful.
Yeah, I've
What?
never heard anybody make a biblical argument against people being married that are black and white. So that's why I said, can you just tell me what verse
Really?
that was? Sodomy is obviously a sin, but I've never heard a biblical argument. I'm
Heterosexual
happy to
people
learn. I
is, you know
honestly,
what
I'm
the
happy to
meaning,
learn. I could
sodomy is
skip.
not just for gay sex, right? You know that, right? Sodomy
Yeah,
is,
it's a sin always, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah, it's a sin
Yeah.
between, it can be a sin between heterosexuals as well.
Yes, that's
But
correct.
so, okay, so, but
There we go, man. He's not ready for this. It's because it is sinful, even if you are in a straight marriage. It's still sinful. But look at him. He's not ready for it. This is what happened when you spend your entire life in a cubicle with AC, and you never had even a small encounter with somebody pushing back against your idea. Because one thing is to be in front of it, like a screen or camera, and supposedly have a debate, but they're telling you what to say in your earplug. You can literally tell he's out of those skills. He doesn't even understand it. He can't even believe that there's something called the world, and these people that have been playing the world, they'll eat you, like Candace Owens doing right now.
you've never heard that interracial marriage was sinful? I
I've
mean,
never heard somebody make a biblical argument
yeah,
for interracial. I've never, and that's why I'm saying if you could present that to me, and if maybe you're familiar
yeah,
with
but
what verse
actually, it's
that
not a
was,
biblical
or
argument. It's also a
who said.
religious argument as well, more so than anything, that you're in a sinful marriage
Wow,
and
he
that
knows.
black and white people should not be married.
I mean, I'm obviously very aware that people could think that ideologically, but I've never heard that biblical argument made ever in my life, and I'm happy to be proven wrong here. But I think you maybe made that up on the spot there.
So by saying that, no, I didn't actually, but by
Okay.
saying that you believe that I'm in a sinful
Yeah.
marriage, does that mean, though, that I should be discriminated against?
No, I've never called for
So you
discrimination.
believe in the
People sin.
separation of church and state, then?
Heterosexual
What?
couples
What? So you believe in the separation of church and state? I Oh my God.
can sin as well. I mean, but I hope that you deal with that. I want you to be
Repent.
Christian and to understand why it
Repent.
is that sodomy is a sin and what else it yields in society. I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
That's
But
those are
that
my
doesn't
beliefs.
mean that you believe that I should be discriminated against.
I don't believe
I should be
any
able to have,
person.
under the Constitution, you believe that I have the same rights as you and other heterosexuals, and that my marriage is just as valid under the
Yeah.
Constitution as anybody else's, including.
Well, I believe that the problem became that gets into a deeper theological discussion, but like the government should have never taken marriage away from the church. It should have been something that was maintained as a church practice. And so a lot of things happened there when the government took over and began marrying people, because then the arguments became, well, you get a tax break if you're married, and that is a way longer discussion that we can have on a different day. But to answer your question, I would never want any person based on their sins to ever be discriminated against, ever. I mean, I don't believe in discrimination. I don't believe that people should be treated
He really
differently.
trying hard
I
to
think
for
people
a
should get
gotcha
help. You know,
moment.
and like we were just talking about with trans indoctrination, I believe that's a mental illness, and people should seek help. But I don't believe that they should be discriminated against. I would never be okay with that. I mean,
Okay.
I have people that are, gay and lesbians in my life. I have cousins who are lesbians, so it's not. I don't have hatred
Do you have
in
gay
my
friends?
heart.
You have Jewish
I
friends?
have.
Do you have gay friends?
I'm trying to be funny.
Do you have gay friends? I want to know.
Yes, I actually don't have, like, I really kind of feel like I only hang out with my family right now, so I'm a little, I've got 3 kids under 3, so I don't really have friends right now, but yeah, sure.
No, seriously, you don't have gay friends?
Well, I have gay people in my family, so yeah, that's the extent of my friendships with gay people.
Are you homophobic?
Okay, all right. This
No,
is a stupid
seriously,
question.
You're such an
I
absurd
thought you would
human
say,
being.
of course I have
Yeah.
gay
You're
friends.
You're just
What do
such
you
an
think, get my
absurd
hair
human
in
being.
my- I don't know, I'm just
First
saying.
off, the person that you're just an absurd human being. Are you homophobic? Oh, I was just like, what does homophobia actually mean? Can you give me a definition of homophobia? If I was homophobic, would I be doing like this show? Do you think I'm like scared? Like I'm like, oh my God, look, there's a gay man. I'm so scared. It's
No,
Don Lennon.
not at
Like,
all.
to have
I
a
just
phobia
asked you a very
is like to
simple
have
question.
a phobia, a fear of. Like, you think I fear like 2 gay men that are walking down the street holding hands? Like, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I don't fear anything but God. That's it.
Ooh.
Well, I don't think God is to be feared, but anyways, I'm just surprised that you don't have any gay friends, because that, I just am.
Oh, so you have to accept them. So you have to simply accept them. You have to simply accept them. That's your same sex card, I guess. Hey, if you accept us, you're not homophobic. Instead of just leaving people alone, man.
So listen, I actually enjoyed this conversation. I
No,
think
you
people
did.
who disagree with each other should be able to talk and hash things out. So I hope
Did
that
you
will
enjoy it?
100% I enjoyed it.
No, he
See, I
did.
think people think that conversations should be easy, that everyone should, that
Bro, you're not ready for this, man. Just ask your friend Cuomo how he's doing right now. He's just getting punched left and right. And you know what's crazy? When you see Cuomo just being confronted with a lot of these ideas, he looks so lost. Have you guys seen it in Patrick Bet Davis podcast when he's a guest? When he's confronted with a lot of these ideas, I think Dave Smith is confronting him, and he didn't know how to handle it. But imagine yourself doing this for so many years, and when you're confronted with reality, you're like, oh my God, I'm nobody. I really don't know anything about life. Insane, folks.
people should agree with everything. I have a different perspective on life. I have a different worldview
Okay,
than you.
Candace
Many things you say-
you man, you're so full of it.
Say I don't respect, but I respect you as a human being. And I think that the only way that we are going to make this grand experiment work is if at some point we try to at least have consensus on something. And sometimes the least of that consensus is being able to at least talk about it and go away saying, you know what, we agree to disagree.
Nah.
I think that's fine. I believe in more speech, not less. So you will not make an enemy of me if you're talking about the right to conversation. I very much believe in it.
Candace Owens, thank you for appearing. I really appreciate your time. Thanks.
Thank you so much. It was great. Talk soon.
Nah, he got handled. The last piece. He's such a man. This is not for you, bro. I wish you well, man. I really do. I wish you well, but to be honest, Don, you need a lot of work. You need a lot of work. You need to really be out there and really understand what the American people really think. You've been just protected for so many years, and now you're trying to do all that stuff. You're like, Man, do people really believe in this stuff? Yeah, we're common sense people. We have a lot of common sense. Either way, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one.